Alright, greetings family. Bomani Tayamba, my brother Thut, my brother Kofi Bruce. We're live on Revolutionary Camp family here at Bomani Technology, and we're here to talk about some serious subjects. Modern day lynching of blacks in America. Now, when we talk about lynching, sometimes people think about lynching as of something in the past, of us being hanged and burned. My brother Kofi Bruce here to set it off.
But the title was Modern Day Lynching. But since we all know lynching never stopped since it began, it's like it's just lynching of blacks in America. And I have like firsthand, I don't want to experience. I was almost a victim of being lynched by some white fellas. That's what I call them. Yeah, some white fellas. When I think I was about like 9 years old.
Some white devils?
Yeah, some of those people, And, to put a long story short, basically I was like bussed into like a white area. I don't know if y'all know about bussing.
Yeah.
And that's when they took the black kids.
The neighborhoods, integration.
And they put them in,
integration.
Martin Luther King, thank you.
Thank you.
But I'm just 9 and I walking home because I played baseball, the little Pop Warner, Police Athletic League baseball. I had to walk through a white neighborhood to get home, to get back to the black people, to people that look like me. So I'm walking, and it's some white boys just start throwing rocks at me on the street. I'm walking, it was across the street. I start getting hit with rocks, so I look, and I'm 9, so to me they was like adults, but they probably was like 19, 20. They wasn't real old, but they probably was like senior in that area. So they started calling me, you little nigger, can I say nigger?
Yeah.
They started calling me, nigger, da. So, and back then I had a little smart mouth. So I looked at them, and I said, what? You white, da. So, they got mad and started chasing me. So, I'm running from them, and I see this little park. And I see, I had to cut through this park to get closer to where, I felt more comfortable. So, I look behind me, I ain't see him. So, I walked across the park, and then when I get to the other side, here comes like a pickup truck and 3 other cars, and like more white men and everything. They had bats and chains and everything else, jumping out the car and chasing me.
Wow.
And I'm like 9. So, I'm running back across the park. And I see it was like a big lake, and I see people playing basketball on the other side of the lake. So I'm trying to scream, and these like white people, like,
the truck coming down right now.
I mean, I seen them like in their eyes. And
was this in the 1950s?
No, man, I ain't that old. This is more like the 80s.
Wow, so it's modern day for real.
Yeah, it's in the 80s. And, I say hate, I ain't really think too much about white people back then. I seen them. They were school teachers and police and stuff like that. But nobody ever called me nigger or none of that stuff. So but I knew they was trying to get me. So I'm running. I see the old white lady, like you see in the movies, sitting on a park bench feeding the pigeons and stuff like that. So I'm yelling and screaming, and I ran up to her, and she stood up, trying to figure out what was going on, just as the white guys was coming up on me. Because, by then I had ran out of my breath and everything. I was getting tired. And when she stood up, I grabbed her and I threw her into them as they was running. It was like, that was really quick thinking thought. And, I really didn't think about doing it, but I just like pushed her down into them, and they like went to go grab her. And I knew that gave me a little bit more time to try and run. Because like I said, across the lake, I saw people playing basketball, and I saw some black faces. So I was like, if I have to go across this lake, I'm going to die. Because, the rest of them start chasing me because I know I ain't had no more strength left. So, but apparently a couple of the guys heard me, so they came around the basketball court, and it actually became like a fight between the guys playing basketball and everybody trying to figure out what's going on, pushing everybody back. So while they was doing that, I kind of kept running, and then this black guy, I never knew him, don't know nothing about him, but he gave me a ride home. So, that's my story of almost being lynched, because who knows what they would have done if they would have caught you.
Yeah, well, and the thing about it is a lot of stories that people don't ever hear about.
Yeah, it's a lot. It happened to me. So
in a modern day sense of black people getting hanged, burned, chopped up, all kind of things.
Right.
And that's why I tell our brothers and sisters that America is the most dangerous place for black people. Brother Thut, you want to weigh in on the lynching of black people in America?
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to my sister this morning in Houston, Texas, Sister Kristen Muhammad from the New Black Panther Party. And while I was giving her an update on how I would do, she just had to put out just some organizing business. She told me about a house they found there between Galveston and Houston there, where one young man got away and came back and reported it, and they had been reporting it to the police in this area for months, even the neighbors, and that this child that got away said there were other black children dead in this house.
Oh wow!
And the police, only when the community went and investigated the house did the police come, and then of course what the child had said had been all cleared out from the house. So like I was talking to some comrades yesterday, and it was like, this is the most diabolical experience of existence that a soul could experience. You know, that from anywhere in the galaxy and universe, where those of you who are most vulnerable are subjected to mass slavery and sexual and biological forms, from organ trafficking to sex slave trafficking, to where, you know, even on the point of your abortions, what you give to the clinics is remanufactured into cosmetics and food preservatives. It's like the Matrix for real. It's like they milking you down and selling you back, no matter to whatever form they can do it. The greatest, you know, nightmare that any soul or being could ever even think of from any of the reaches of the universe. You know what I'm saying? And what it is outside of the reason for the souls that we are that's fighting against it to still be tested out of the field of that's even understand what it is that we have to do.
Right.
And that actual plan coming into fruition from the youth that we training to be it today. If we can't exist in that shit, you know, if I outrun our ass, at least we know them aspects that got to be laid down to do it, you know, been left with understanding. Africa for the Africans, that's our homeland, no matter if we born in America.
Right.
And where we come from, the fountain of humanity and civilization that we come out of. That, once again, Diop laid down as the scientific evidence with civilization of barbarism, being the anthropology that shows us our existence as the Grimaldi Negro that went out of Africa. You know what Diop said, where the crack come from? The devil. Want to tell you where it come from? The white devil. Yeah, it's like a ladder. Yeah. You know, when you get into it, like...
Absolutely.
You are the part of the Grimaldi Negro that left Africa and civilization 50,000 years ago. I don't know where you was going. I don't know what you was doing. Maybe you was some niggas that they put out of there because you wasn't doing what right. But whatever happened, you went up into Europe and the worm glaciation came. It was the Ice Age period. They proved it with the carbon dating. And you was left up there for 20,000 years in that ice. And when you came back, you were what they call the Cro-Magnon man. That's what it was.
I call it the defective man.
Yeah. I mean, you've been in penitentiary. I've been, you know, penitentiary. You keep being solitary. You come out there too long, you be great as hell. When that sun hit you, you be like, damn, I done seen much where I come out there. Your head great. You ain't seen no sun in 2 months, 3 months. Shit, yeah, I can imagine. 20,000 years, you degraded into that, and that's what it was. And them coming back being so jealous of what it was, they remember in their biological memory that was them, but now they degraded to, and they return to us and try to take revenge on what had happened to you based on you being separated from all civilization and humanity, had to retrain yourself, and us going back up there, you degrading and losing all your melanin and becoming a crawling dog, cave, bear, sharing your woman with a damn dog, and not, you know, standing up to walk and feed yourself and throw your shit out the window on the ground and creating biological diseases that destroy the whole world. You use that as a weapon to come over here and destroy all these people. Who could think of something, a damn nightmare like this? There's nothing, you know what I'm saying, as far as I'm concerned, in what it is that we see that is occurring that should give us a reason to hold back in any way, shape, form, or fashion fighting against it. What else is it gonna take? You want to walk up and down? You want to make it a fashion where the white supremacists say we was going and we catch some black babies in the public, we just go all grab and just eat them right there on the spot, and then make that a ritual all through the city. This is what we doing now, and we see a black woman out with a little baby. What else do you have to do? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
How much worse can it get? You know, how much symbolism as far as the lynching of Black America with this? Even a couple months ago, the lynching in Atlanta right now, which that went down Old National, which the comrades went down there. It was a white lady on Old National. So we don't know if the meth, if it was the meth or
what about the dude hanging out?
The dude at yeah. They tried to cover it up, but I couldn't find nobody that was the actual person when I called to the newspaper to ask them. Under three different people that asked who was the person, who was the witness that said don't jump, because that's what they said. Somebody was there that said don't do it, but they didn't provide that. Okay. So that could be that, or it could be, you know, whatever. You know, it could be some white girl that might have been down for something that we was doing down there and still wanted, you know, you never can't tell the man, don't tell him what this mess is with us, but we know where we at in Babylon, and that COINTELPRO and the CIA and the FBI and all that is operating around here. And like the sister was at today with dude butt naked over here in Decatur, in Atlanta. He ain't got no clothes on. He coming to the police with his hands up and he shooting. We know what the weapon was.
What was the weapon?
The weapon.
If he's naked, he ain't got no weapon.
If he's butt naked, he is displaying the thing that makes the white man mad as he can get in the world, which is the symbol of his biological annihilation throughout the world. The penis. That was the worst thing he could have did. He might have came out better with a sword or something. And he could have said, "He gonna show you. This way you gonna die." Because we and melanin and that's the most provocative thing he could have done, you know. And while people saying that's the most non-threatening thing he could have done, when you understand spiritually, you can't help but miss the fact that that's what that means.
See, family, I mean, appreciate that analysis, but family, that proves to you right there that, you know, and I'm not just pushing on everyone as far as us repatriating that all of us gonna move and live in Africa. That'll be perfect. As a matter of fact, you know, it can happen.
It can happen.
It definitely can happen now if more and more
just
of us open up our mind
long.
and, you know, commit to the future. Mm-hmm. I mean, all these stories that, you know, every day people continuously, and it just amazed me. That's why I asked you earlier. It was like, is this 1950s? Not saying you're that old, but it's like that's what someone would connect with. That's back in the days. That's back in the days, and you're like, no, that's not back in the days. We're getting lynched continuously. And it's not even just America. It's like a global situation.
Actually, I just read in the news. It happened last week, which reminded me of my story. Same thing. A little 11 or 9-year-old boy got. You know, it was two of them. They got picked up by these white guys. Did y'all hear about that? Mm-hmm. And they killed one of them. One of them got away.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you ain't hear about that?
That's what I'm talking about. When I was talking to that earlier.
Yeah. So this just happened last week.
And the other one got away. Yeah,
this just happened. Oh, that was?
That was in
Texas.
Texas.
All right, yeah. This just happened last week.
Yeah.
A lot of things be happening in Texas.
And then in Oklahoma, the two got killed and dismembered. What a mother said she couldn't even. So we already know what that situation is. The lynching, the you know, but to reverse it, so we don't get so caught up in what they want us to feel as far as defeated and depressed, and you got to know why and how some of that stuff is happening, because some of the police do be so damn scared because they done let out 5 at a nigga one time and he done still came and got him and choked him out. But they don't tell you them stories. But you seen Tupac pull over on 20 and bust a couple up and get away. You seen Jamie Hood up Jordan? You seen Brian Nichols?
Yeah, I do remember
the baddest
Jamie Hood and Brian Nichols.
The Atlanta legend. Get out of lockup behind the courtroom,
and
out through the courtroom.
From New York. Remember, like back in the
Larry Davis?
Yeah, Larry Davis.
Larry Davis. Come on, man. So look, even in Babylon, where we at, the warrior spirit is still living and thriving and existing, but even through the history of what it is, but we have to look at the fact that we in Babylon, where it's some drones and shit, and the very fiber and network that we sending this shit to your ass through now. You know, them guys are probably already on. But that, because we follow by certain rules, you don't give away any tactical information. You don't make no open threats on dumb shit like the crackers is on our Dear White Devil videos, where they telling us that they go put together $30,000 and send some mercs at us. and like the cracker don't see that's what they say. Like that amount of money, but still, Kofi Bruce, what you think, like, from the street tribes, for the youngsters, man? You know, because like we already said, look, the kids, man, let's get the hell out of here.
I mean, we gotta teach the kids first, though.
Right. We got, yeah. So I mean,
we gotta educate them first, though. You know, we know what's going on, especially like here in America. You know, we can't hide it or, you know, try and make it seem like it don't exist. We gotta get out it together.
Yeah.
Like I said, all the technology, all that information is good. You know, we need that to lead us to where we're supposed to be, but we gotta point that towards us getting together first. Mm-hmm. You know, and without us giving our information to our enemy on what we plan to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like we always
giving those strategic information.
You know, any information.
Right.
You know, we don't have to include that in nothing.
Well, I mean, the fact of us putting it out there, as soon as he clicked the damn button and it go to YouTube, it's already out there.
You know, but see, that's when you're speaking a language that they can't understand.
Right, and that, like I said, not give away anything tactical or strategic. That which has been produced that we will allow as a book. It said freedom of the press. All that's what we say.
Because, you know, judging by
that we doing
the responses, forward. Like you said, we know at every step of the way we gonna get a roadblock. You know what I'm saying? Some they gonna throw something in our way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be no straight path at all. So we gotta think ahead. You know?
Look, I want to do this real quick, and then since we said we wanted to cut these things short, man, just not to have it running so long. What Diop gave us for 14 steps of African unity. You want to put this on here? Or you want to do it as another one real quick? Yes,
family. Let's close on this one, and we will connect you back on another session as far as what we talk about there with Sheikh Anta Diop. We have some African unity energy. So family,
14
once again,
steps to African unity.
Keep it strong.
From Diop.